Today on the podcast, we are starting our first session of our Women's Entrepreneurial Series. And so buckle up, everyone. It's going to be an awesome interview today with our special guests because Fan My Name podcast starts right about now. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. It's a frame of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. It's your boy Simbawe Nibaye Jr., aka TK, and today I am riding solo as my co-hosts Omar and Denise are taking a day off, but that's okay because we have a special guest with us today for our Women's Entrepreneurial Series. Before we get into that, y'all know how we do. We jump right in and get things started. So it is Wednesday, and it is Affirmation Wednesday. So before we get started, let's get our affirmations in and out the way. If you have them memorized or written down or however you got them, let's do that and get the day started. Are you ready? Here we go. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. Today, I'll become better than who I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it started. So today, again, we are starting our Women's Entrepreneurial Series, and we have our special guest with us today. I'm going to read her bio, and we're going to get this thing started because we want to make sure that we give her plenty of time to say what needs to be done and answer these questions and drop some knowledge on you guys about being a women entrepreneur and doing all that she does. So, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we're going to talk about our special guest, Nerine Vendryes. I'm going to read her bio real quick, and then we'll bring her on the show. So, Dévoilé Couture, which is the business name, started out of a passion of shopping for stylish clothes, seeing how people dress for different occasions and wanting to style others. Hence the tagline, fashionably fabulous. Nerine Vendryes started her clothing boutique a few years ago. She works a full-time job while attending to her home life. Her store is online for everyone to shop, but she loves having clients and potential clients experience time alone shopping. She finds that operating a business is at times challenging, but she loves what she does and prides herself in making sure every client has a great experience. She makes sure everything is A+, pricing, shipping, quality of clothing, or even just feeling good and positive when you talk to her. She feels that it is important to develop relationships with each person that crosses her path. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast, none other than Nerine Vendryes. Welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast and our Women's Entrepreneurial Series.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited to have you, and you are the first guest of the series that we have. So we are starting off on a very good note. So first thing we want to start off with is just kind of give everyone just some background on who you are, how you got started with your business, and just where that all kind of came from and started.
Well, like it says in my bio, definitely I love fashion. I love clothing. I can pretty much just people watch. And shopping all the time, I decided, okay, I mean, why not turn this into a business? You know, I'm out there spending my own money and shopping for my own things. So I'm sure there are people out there who wants to shop or wants someone to shop for them, and they can just pick out what they need and pay their money and keep it moving, looking fabulous. So that is how it got started.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like you went from being, the fashionista for yourself
For
and
myself.
decided I want to be a fashionista for others as well.
Exactly.
Right. So let's
Exactly.
talk about the name Devolet Couture. Well, where did that come from? It sounds like it's French. I'm not sure, but you can
It
correct me.
is.
Okay. Okay. And I say that because my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they have their own respective businesses, and they use the name Bella in their names. And so
Right.
I said, Devolet sounds French. But tell us where that came from and how you came up with the name Devolet Couture for your business.
Okay, so I wanted a name that says unveil, says that, shows that you're looking for something, shows that something is coming. And when I did the research of unveil in French, it was dévoiler.
Mm.
And for me, it's like my name, my last name is actually French. My maiden name is French. And actually went to Paris 2 years ago. And I just love everything about the French. So
Wow.
that's how dévoiler came about. So I'm excited about it.
Okay. Okay. I'm not mad at that. You gotta love the French. Gotta love the French.
Yes.
So let's talk real quick about some of the products that you sell, because I know that I know you do dresses, but do you sell anything other than that? Like what are the products that you sell, and at the same time, how do you go about helping others shop for themselves?
Okay. So I basically do women clothing.
Okay.
So down the line, of course, I want to add to that where I'm doing the kids, where I'm doing the men. But for right now, I started off doing women. I have the dresses. I have just about any piece of clothing that, we wear, except I would say for the laundry and the undergarments and stuff like that. But I personally love to see women dress in certain things. And, I love to see when they come to me and they try something on and it looks fabulous on them, or they get excited about something. So, of course, I'm taking this path to keep on traveling down this road of dressing women.
Okay. So interesting question I have for you, because I have experienced this with not with my wife, but with other women who have said, hey, how does this look? And I'm kind of like,
Right.
you really want me to say how this looks, or are you asking me because? And so as a man, of course, having a wife, you have to say things in a certain way that doesn't come off wrong. So when you have clients of yours who are dressing themselves, and how do you go about telling someone that that may not be the best outfit for you, or may not be on you correctly, or sweetheart, that just ain't it?
That is a big question because, us as women, we stay in our feelings most of the time.
Mm.
And we don't want people to say this doesn't look right or that looks right. We just doesn't want the negative part of it.
Mhm.
So for me, if I have someone standing in front of me and she tries on something that I have and it doesn't look right, I don't like the way this looks on you. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to tell you I don't like the way it looks on you. So I want you to feel fabulous. I want you to look fabulous. I want you to feel like when you put on an outfit and you walk outside of that room or wherever you are, that someone is going to turn their head and look at you. We don't want to put you in something that doesn't look right, of course. So I think the best way to deal with it is just to be honest. Be honest. And, me being honest with looking at someone doesn't mean that it doesn't look right, because they may feel like it look right. Okay. So I go from there and I said, look at yourself in the mirror. Tell me how you feel.
Mhm.
What do you think? And sometimes it's not for me to say it doesn't look right. If they look in the mirror and they're saying, oh, I love this, I like the way it looks on me, I can give my opinion on it. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's that person's choice.
All right. Well, thank you for clearing that up, because I as a man, I that's just an area I stay out of.
Right?
Um, and at the same time, I kind of liken that to a woman who may be pregnant. Like I never ask a woman, are you pregnant?
Exactly. Yeah, we know
Unless
that
the
rule.
conversation goes that way, I'm like, oh, okay. I think this is kind of what's going on. I can actually either ask
Yes.
or now I know. And
Right.
trust me,
Hmm.
I've gone that route years ago once, and I said I will never do that
Never
again.
do it again. You know, it's a rule, so we're gonna stay away from that.
Got you. So, question of your background personally. So, like where are you from? What's your family like? Give us a little
Okay.
more personal information about
Okay.
Nerine.
So about Nerine, I am from Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah, man. I knew I heard a little bit of something in there.
Yes, yes, most definitely. I'm from Jamaica and I've been here for over 20 years. And I'm married. My husband is also from Jamaica. And we live here in Maryland. We have two children, actually. I say two, but actually birth three because we lost one a few years ago, or a middle child.
Mm.
So apart from that, the home life is right now. I have my son is in college. My daughter is now on her own. We have two little grandbabies, which we love to death, two little girls. And I work full time. I work in finance, so I do have the 9 to 5. And how do I find time? You may say to have a boutique. Well, it's outside of the 9 to 5, and you have to do what you have to do to grow your business. So that's a little bit about me. I love to travel. I really do. And when I do travel, especially outside of the United States, I like to visit boutiques. I like to visit the fashion districts. I like to see what people are wearing, what's new, what can I add, where can I get stuff from. So um that's pretty much me.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
let's go to the finance part real quick. You said you work in finance. So how does that come into you now having your own business and working that aspect of it?
Um, it ties in because when you have a business, you have to be able to budget. You have to be able to say, this is what I'm spending. You have to know how to set up your business accounts and everything that relates to your business. You have to be able to say, okay, this money goes in, this money comes out. This is what I use for business and not personal. So it ties in. I am a money person,
Mhm.
finances. Even in my personal life, of course, at home, I'm going to do the budget and I'm going to pay the bills and I'm going to do all of that because I'm I'm money conscious,
Yeah.
so it
You sound like
ties
my
in.
wife. You sound like my wife. I tell everybody, I'm like, I'm the CEO. She is the CFO.
Right,
How things work.
exactly.
She everything down to the penny. I'm like, you know what? This is what you
Yes,
do. I'm gonna let you rock out to that. I have no
exactly.
problem
And
doing
that's why it should be personal or business,
that. Exactly.
you do your
So
thing.
let's talk about the 9 to 5, and then let's just say, the 5 to whatever after that, the aftermath.
Right.
Because there are those people who are out there who are entrepreneurs who have a 9 to 5, and then they also have either a side hustle, a side business, or a business that they're building right now
Mhm.
to say, hey, I would like for this to replace my 9 to 5. But until that happens, I got to put the time in afterwards.
Yeah.
Just briefly talk about your journey and just going from that 9 to 5 and then having to go from that extra time after that to work on your business and your empire that I see behind you. It says just a girl boss building empire. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes. Okay, so 9 to 5, and actually the 9 to 5 that we call the 9 to 5, mine starts at 7 a.m. Monday to Thursdays, 7 a.m., and I'm finished at 4:30. So I have a pretty long day.
Mhm.
Okay. On a Friday, of course, I am 6 to 10 a.m. So I have the rest of the day for myself. It's like starting your weekend very early.
Mm.
So after I get off work, of course, I'm always boutique conscious. Actually, even with the 9 to 5, my mind is always on my business because my business is my business. I work a 9 to 5, like we just talked about,
Mm.
and it pays the bills and it does what it needs to do. But I need to build my empire. So this is where I put in the work. Most of my sales are online. The business is online. I have the clothing set up in my home. So, of course, I'm doing the shipping. I'm running to the post office, or I'm dropping something or packages into a mailbox, or having the post office come and pick up your packages. So, what that means is I am still working after the 9 to 5. I am still online shopping for clothing because I have to constantly shop and make sure something or a piece or two comes out every week. Then I also have clients that want to come over. And of course, this is where now we try on the outfits and we pick out the outfits and they're on their way. So I have to set up a time for them to come whenever they want to come. Most of my clients would come over on the weekends. And of course, the Friday, because they're working also. So they choose their time to come, and I set up that time. They come over, they do their thing, and that's it. They're out the door. And like I'm saying, that when I have packages, I have to go online, or I get the notifications that someone has shopped. So that comes in on my cell phone, or, whatever device I'm using. And I fulfill the orders right here at home. And everything is done at home, actually, So I look across from my 9 to 5 where I sit on my desk, and I look across, and that's my boutique, because my boutique and the 9 to 5 is in the same area. So it works, it works really well.
Got you. So you have a at home business, right? Correct.
Yes.
All right, and that's been a very popular thing nowadays, where people have their at home business, and they're doing their thing, and it's there are a lot of benefits to that,
Yes.
financially, when it comes to taxes and all that other stuff. So that sounds really awesome. We're going to take a little break here. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more with Nerine here, and about her wonderful business, Vendryes Couture. Okay. And we're also going to talk about some struggles she's had to get where she's at now, because everyone knows that a good story has ups and downs. A great story talks about struggles. And we're going to talk about that when we get back. Frame on 8 podcast. We'll be right back. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing, and embroidery for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it. It's a frame of mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the second half of this wonderful interview with Nerine Vendryes and her wonderful company, Vendryes Couture. I love saying that, Vendryes Couture. So we talked about right now, and if you're just joining us, we talked about just how things got started with her, what she does, working that 9 to 5 and having the business afterwards. I can definitely relate to that, because my wife and I, our business is in our house as well. If you're looking at the video portion, I am in the studio portion of the business where I work at, and my wife has her section on the other side of the basement. And so we definitely can relate to that as well. Personally, me, I do have a 9 to 5, but my 9 to 5 is engulfed in my business, what I do personally outside of my Frame of Mind Inc. business. It's all tied together. So it's like I'm not working a job outside of my profession and business. Is all tied together. So it still kind of works, but trust me, I get that 9 to 5 and then coming home and then building your empire to get where you want to go. And we're still doing that, but we have come a long way since 2016. So we are grateful for that. So right now I want to talk a little more, or should I say a lot more, about Nerine's struggles, because one thing we like here is that we like talking about going from triumph, from trial to triumph, or from tragedy to triumph, or whatever that
Whatever.
entails. So let's talk about some of the struggles you had to endure, whether they were both personal and business, or one or the other, where it got you to where you are now with your business, and then also just in life in general.
Right. So, business struggles is clientele, building your clientele. And if you're not in a brick and mortar store, then your clients, you don't have the repeat clients, you don't have a new client coming through all the time. So that is difficult, building clientele. And then when you do build a clientele, you have certain clients. Are they going to shop every week, every day? No, they're not. So it's constantly trying to put yourself out there, trying to have your clients, tell your clients to share and bring a friend and do all that. But then we have some clients who would say, I don't want people to know where I shop. So those are the struggles that I deal with.
Wow.
Really, really struggles that I deal with. So the best thing for me is you'll have to constantly be on your grind, no matter what. As in any business, you have to constantly do this and do that every day to make sure that you get into a place that you want to be. Sometimes you have a sale today, tomorrow you don't have a sale. 2 days from now, you still don't have a sale. But the struggles are, you keep going forward. You never give up. You keep trying, because if this is your baby and this is something that you want to do and you want people to know who you are, definitely it's a struggle, but you have to keep on pushing. Personal struggles that I've had is, of course, I have to do the 9 to 5, which we discussed earlier. So you actually put in a lot of time on that 9 to 5 that you would like to put in doing your own business. But at the same time, you have to make sure that your household works. You can't choose a business over the 9 to 5 because you know that you haven't gotten to the stage of where you want that 9 to 5 to be. So you work harder than anyone else. You have to push over there. You have to push over here. So those are the real struggles for me. Home life, you still have to do what your spouse requires, what your children requires. You still have to have your own life. You have to have a work-life business balance. Yeah. Some people only have the work and business. Some people only have, the business, but I have all three. I have to do the work, the home life, the business, family, self-care. You have to do it all. So that's a struggle. It's a struggle, but I would say it's a good struggle. Yeah, because one day, hopefully very soon, you don't have to do all that, So.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
The struggle is
definitely real. And I definitely hear you on the part of you have to put that time in on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle at times because you're looking at the future. And
exactly.
The future is not matching up with the now.
Yes.
So you have to constantly look forward and say, all right, I'm working towards this. And then sometimes it's good to look back to see how far you've come.
Yes.
You'd be like, you know what? We've come this far. Like,
yes.
If we had given up, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Exactly.
So that's an awesome thing to look at. I have two more things I want to ask you. And one is kind of off the cuff. You mentioned earlier, you mentioned that, and this is, if this is a subject you don't want to talk about, that's fine. You mentioned that you had lost a child.
Yes.
And I wanted to see if you could just talk about that for a moment, because I believe that's part of the struggle as well. Yeah. Me and my wife can also relate to that as well. So could you just kind of tell the audience what that was like and how that was a part of the struggle as well?
That was a really difficult time in my life, because when your child is not feeling well and you're at work, working in an office, not like I do now, I work from home now, and your husband takes a child to the doctor, and the next thing you know, the doctor is saying, okay, we're going to send your child to Johns Hopkins. And I'm talking to her and I'm saying, everything will be okay. Just let the doctor know this and let the doctor know that. And you leave work and you end up going to the hospital. And from Sinai, actually, they transferred her to Sinai. And then from Sinai, they transferred her to Johns Hopkins. And I went and I met my husband and her at Sinai. And next thing you know, we're there for hours. They're trying to figure out what's going on, why she feeling this way, whatever it is. And next thing you know, by ambulance, we're going to Johns Hopkins. And I'm in Johns Hopkins, and for 4 weeks, 2 weeks in, they're still trying to figure out what's wrong, what's going on with her. And once they figured it out 2 weeks later, okay, this is what they're saying. We have to look forward to, she has vasculitis. What the heck is vasculitis?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're there for 3 weeks, and she has an aneurysm. And from there, a week later, she died.
Wow.
And this is when you say, what the heck?
Yeah.
We don't understand what's going on. How can you go from I'm not feeling well to 4 weeks later, you're gone?
Yeah.
So that's a struggle. That was a struggle for us, a struggle for the entire family, something we still go through. I still go through it. Every birthday, every holiday, everything reminds you that you've lost a child.
Yeah.
And where is your child?
Yeah.
You know, so it's a struggle in business, work day. Some days you just don't feel like it. You don't feel like doing the 9 to 5. You don't feel like doing business. You don't even feel like doing anything for the day, you know, because you're struggling. And year after year, you still struggle. It doesn't matter what. For the rest of my life, I'll always have a day or two where I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, where is my child?
Yeah. Well, I want to first of all commend you for sharing that with us, because that was it was very touching for me, because me and my wife have experienced that as well. Our situation wasn't it was just miscarriage. It happened twice.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
And so I wanted to make sure, I wanted to see if that was a comfortable thing for you to speak about, because I think that even impacts more, because now there's still a drive behind that, because you know there's a story and a drive. And so thank you for sharing that with our audience.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes.
The last thing that I want to say before we go into the ending of this is, as a woman of color, you are in business for yourself, but you're also working in a corporate world. And not only as a woman of color, but you're also from another country as well.
Yes.
Can you kind of speak on what you've seen in the workplace as far as that's concerned, and then what you've seen from an entrepreneurial side from your business as being number one, a woman, number two, a woman of color, and then number three, a woman who's from another country as well.
Right. Well, I could say, like, in my 9 to 5, in my department, I am the only woman of color, as you'll put it. I'll just say straight up Black. Straight up. I am the only one. And I work for a really good company. I would say prior to April 1st, because our company was taken over by another company. So now it's definitely a struggle. But prior to that, me being in my department with, I think it's about 15, 16 of us in that department, I am the only person. But I never got treated like, okay, she's Black. I never felt like, okay, I'm Black. I know that I'm Black. We have gone on retreats. We have gone out of the country together. And I'm the only Black, but I never felt that. I never felt that. I know it. And sometimes some things may happen and you say to yourself, well, I'm Black, I need to stay in my lane, or I'm Black, I shouldn't be doing this and doing that. But I never felt uncomfortable at all in that. When you're in business and you have the different cultures, you have different people, you have the different races. I've never experienced someone looking at me, Nerine, and saying she's Black, she's this, she's that. Because to me, I am very confident. And I carry myself a certain way, no matter which environment I'm in. I know how to fit in. I know how to treat people. I know how to talk to people. And I'm sure they may look at me a certain way, but it's never been presented in my face. I'm from Jamaica, out of many one people. We have all different colors, and we have the black, the white, the Chinese. Even for my husband is part Chinese, part black, part Jew. He's part everything, I guess. so so growing up in Jamaica, I never knew what it is to be in a country where white or different races look down on me, and I never pay attention to that. Now, if you have a problem with me and you come into my face and you say, okay, you're this and this and that, then we have a problem. But I can't say I encounter problems with the different races. And for me personally, I love people. I'm a people person. So I never look at you and said, oh, you're this and you're that. No, I welcome you. That's the way I was brought up, to welcome everybody. So it's never been a problem.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And one of the things we like to shed light on here with this Women's Entrepreneurial Series is, number one, to highlight women who are doing great things, entrepreneurs. The number two is to talk with, not just, Black women, but also white women or Asian women or Indian women or wherever, ethnicity you come from. And so thank you for sharing that, because everyone has encountered things differently, whether you've encountered it, in your face, whether it's been subliminal or it's been behind your back. Everyone has a different story. And so Narine's story is different from someone else's story. So, but I think hearing that side of it, I think the most important thing you said is that you're confident in who you are.
Exactly.
And that confidence rubs off on others, because, it's not about what you say about me. Like, I know who I am.
Exactly.
I'm going to let you know by my character and my attitude that I know who I am. Right. And not only that, I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And so you keep it moving.
Exactly.
Keep it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So, well, thank you for that. Before we end this out, before we go, I would love for you just to drop just some general knowledge. Actually, before we do that, let's actually talk about some of your products first. And then, what it is, if there's any pieces you want to show. And those of you who are getting the video portion of this, you'll see this. Those of you who are audio, you have to go to her website and go check it out. Just that's it.
Right.
Okay. Sorry. So, but can you just share just some of your products with us, that we know what you sell, what you do, and then something that you may want to show to us here that you want to just present to the audience?
Certainly. You know what? One thing I want to mention too, I am a part of a youth group in Baltimore, inner city kids. And we have Aziza P. So I would like to mention this because we just had a fashion show at the Hippodrome on the 25th of March. Huge fashion show, over 1,000 people. And we were the first group of African Americans to have a fashion show at the Hippodrome in Maryland, which was huge for us. And what I do, actually, I volunteer with them. My granddaughter, she's 7, and she walks in the show. And also the group, I dress like the models for the show. I had 10 models that I dressed for that show. And then we walked the runway. I walked the runway at the end of the show. And this is something that I've been volunteering to do this is my 4th year. And because we have these kids out there, these youths, they really range from 14 to 25, but then they have the seeds, which are the little kids. And I think it's very important for us as business women or anyone in business, to give back. And that is one way that I give back. They don't have to pay for my clothes. They don't have to, I just dress them.
Wow,
and they walk the runway in my clothes. So, I just wanted to put that out there. It's very important.
Awesome. Congrats to you on that. That's huge.
Thank you.
So anything else that you want to share before we kind of end this out with our audience here today?
No, I think we got it.
Okay.
I can show a few pieces.
Okay, yeah, you can show a few pieces. That'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Okay, let me grab some. So,
right. And while she's doing that, guys, those of you again who are getting the video portion of this, you'll be able to see these. Those of you who are getting the audio, again,
Yes.
you have to go to the website and check these out. So we'll have that in the link as well. So what do we have here, Nerine?
This we have is getting ready for the summer, getting ready for vacation. So this is an off-the-shoulder dress that I absolutely love. And, it's very colorful. That's what I love about it. And it's ready for vacation, ready for wherever you want to go. So this is a piece that I really, really love.
Very nice.
So that's one piece.
Awesome.
And then
do some rumba music.
And then we have jumpsuit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Wide-legged jumpsuit.
Is that fuchsia? Is that fuchsia?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Nice.
Yes. So this is another piece that I absolutely love. And we're, just getting ready for the summer.
There you go.
And then we have a couple dresses. I just do, just one more piece so you can see.
Very nice. Very nice.
Another piece dress right here. And the
Beautiful.
back.
Beautiful.
And actually, this outfit that I'm wearing is actually another piece of mine that, it's very fashionable.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, being from Jamaica, you guys love like loud, bright colors, correct?
Well, we love bright colors.
Yeah, I have a few Jamaican. Actually, my co-host Denise Obi also is Jamaican,
Right? Yes.
And but I have a couple other friends who are from Jamaica, and when I go inside their houses, it's just like I walk into the islands, man. You know what I mean? It's just bright. Curtains are bright, everything is loud, and it's like, okay. I'm like, hey, I'm not mad at you. I just know.
No. Well, for me, it's no. It's not the bright. As soon as you walk.
Yeah, I get it. Like, do you? It's all good.
Right. But you don't walk in my house and see Jamaica. You absolutely don't. I'm a pink girl, as you can see from my walls.
I got you.
I'm pink.
Yeah, my wife.
So, but I'm not bright all over my entire house.
Exactly. The reason why I recognize the fuchsia was because my wife, that was one of her colors for her wedding. So I'm like, I recognize that color. I've seen that before.
Yes.
Well, Nerine, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you. We're going to make sure that all your information is in the our notes for our podcast. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, this is not the last time we have you. And it has been a pleasure having Nerine Vendryes of WES Couture with us today, starting off our WES Entrepreneurial Series. Thank you so much, Nerine, and we definitely will be talking again soon. For those of you out there that are listening, that's our show for today. Continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. And as always, next time, join us next week, actually, as we have our next guest on for our WES Entrepreneurial Series. And until then, I holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.